Welcome there to another pick a card reading. If you're new here, then welcome. So today we are going to find out what you can expect during the month of May. I will say that May will be a more busy month or a more active month for many people because as I was shuffling each pile, the cards automatically kept coming out. So there wasn't any stagnant energy, there wasn't any patience needed, as most of the time, or a lot of the time, when I shuffle, sometimes it takes quite a while for some card to jump out, but this time they just kept jumping out automatically. So for a lot of people globally, May could be a very more active month, especially I guess spring will be in full bloom and there'll be a lot more to do, way more opportunities to go out. So if you are new here, what you will do is choose one of these three piles. You can choose more than one because the messages do connect sometimes, or there could be messages in different piles for you. If you had a hard time choosing only one, then you can listen to two or all three while you're working on something. But what you can do is close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what can I expect in May of 2025? Take another deep breath, and then open your eyes. Whichever pile or crystal pulled at you, that will be your pile. If you find yourself gravitating to more than one, then listen to wherever else your eyes keep wandering to, okay? So I will see you in your reading. Welcome, pile one. So what you can expect in May of 2025. You got reflections. What you contemplate, what you contemplate can actualize. This is the whole energy attracts like energy type of mentality. So what you think, you create. Okay, because your thoughts are powerful. They are energy and they ripple out. Okay, it's interesting, this morning when I woke up, the first message I got is that life is like a meal that you prepare, right? What you get depends on the ingredients you put in. So if your ingredients are of low quality, then your life, your body will be low vibrational, right? Just because it's cheap and easy to afford doesn't mean that it's good for you, because if you buy something cheap, you end up having to pay more for medical bills or for a procedure or for whatever. Okay, but if you take the time to spend more on the healthier things or to even grow your own food, so even taking time instead of money for something healthy and beneficial for you, then you spend less on medical. And you won't even have to be dependent on pills, because a lot of the time people are so dependent on all these different type of pills for different things that's wrong with their body, not knowing that all those pills are actually ruining other parts of their body. And all that is needed is just an adjustment within their diet. Okay? So remember, everything that you think, you become, and your experience becomes as well. Teach and share. Instill, instruct, educate. So in May, perhaps if you were going for a job to become a teacher or something, you could get it. If you were thinking about creating some type of course or tutorial on something, do it, because May seems like a great time for you to do this. This could also mean teaching someone either that could benefit from your knowledge, or someone younger that could use your knowledge on things, right? Like maybe a younger sibling or if you're a parent, right, spending time with that child, even if it's your niece, your nephew, your grandchild, whatever it is, spending some time with them and teaching them about things. Okay, not just seeing them as just a child that is silly and they can't comprehend the world. Take the time, even if they're really young, take the time to actually teach them about the world, to teach them about what is what, about how to hold themselves, how to respect themselves. Okay, it doesn't matter how young they are. One of my most precious memories when I was about 9 years old was having conversations with my grandmother till like 1 in the morning about her life, about how to respect one's own body, how to respect oneself, and not allowing other people to walk all over you. Those were some of the special memories I have. So it doesn't matter how young they are, teach them. Spirit of spring, freedom, action, power. Yeah, so it feels like there is some sort of action-oriented energy that is occurring in May. Perhaps because things are, it's getting near summer, so things are opening up. Businesses maybe are working longer than usual, especially if you live in tourist locations and depend on tourism, right? Establishments are basically coming back to life, let's say. Okay, and because the weather will be getting better, you'll have more opportunities to go on long walks, on hikes, on picnics, right? So taking the time to truly immerse yourself in that spring energy. The hidden worlds, changing consciousness, awareness, extrasensory perception. This is talking about a world within worlds, right? So when you're looking at nature, what you may see is a forest. But if you take a moment to be still, to truly connect with that forest, you might feel something more there. Okay, and it's very magical, it's mysterious, but exciting. Because there are creatures, entities that live beyond what we see, and they're not all scary. They have a beautiful and magical energy about them, and they're such a blessing to feel when you truly can feel them. Okay, so when you are out in nature and taking your time to truly connect and tune in to the world around you, you might start to get insights or messages or even the feeling of a presence around you, okay? Take the time to be grateful for that. Because when you feel someone's presence, they are allowing you to feel it. They could be around you all the time and you don't feel anything, but when you do feel it, they're allowing you. That means they're trying to make a connection. So thank them and be grateful, even if it's just a little glimpse of a feeling or a visual, whatever it is. Okay, be thankful and grateful for that. You got dreams. So perhaps in May, you might get messages within your dreams. Especially if you got the teach and share card here, this could also mean that not only do you get messages, but maybe you get instructions or solutions within your dreams, or even ideas about the world or about things that we are unaware of, that you should be teaching others. Or even if you're unsure about the message, at least to, maybe create a blog or a channel where you talk about what you have dreamed and allow people to sort of interpret it how they feel is right for them and what that could truly mean. Or even journal about it and then see what that dream taught you. okay? It could also mean about following your dreams. If you felt the urge to create a course or to teach or whatever, maybe that's what it's telling you to do, to follow that dream, that goal. You got truth. So for some, this could mean to live in truth. For others, this could mean that the truth will come out about something. Okay, maybe there's some hidden secret or something that you are unaware of that will soon come out. You got beauty. So this isn't talking about just your exterior beauty. It's talking about your inner beauty. About being, especially with this truth card, about being your most authentic self. Okay, so perhaps in May you're going to start to see parts of you unravel, new ideas form, take place in order to elevate you to a more authentic way of living, of being who you truly are supposed to be. You got support. So some type of support is coming in. It could be that maybe some type of teacher comes in for you, some sort of guide that can help you on your path. It could be also insights from higher realms, or someone just helping you regarding some sort of situation that you need help with. Okay, so you got Jupiter. So this could be that someone comes in that whose planet is Jupiter. So whichever zodiac sign that is, I'm still learning on astrology, but either that or there will be energies connected to Jupiter. So this could be possibly abundance. It could be an ending to a chapter, because you got the number 18, so 1 and 8 is 9, right? So that is the ending of a chapter, which could make sense, because if this truth is coming out and you're becoming more authentic with who you are on the inside, then that means that this chapter of being this false persona or false identity is crumbling down and a new chapter is going to begin. Okay? And you got to work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Which makes sense with the dream card, right? Maybe perhaps some of you are worried or scared or have doubts to follow your dreams because it's an unpredictable or unfamiliar road, but your spirit knows what it needs. Remember that every road, even if it's familiar, there will be challenges. So just take the road that your spirit gravitates to. Yes, the challenges are maybe new and different, but if this is something you feel you align with, then know that you are strong enough to overcome those challenges and work through them. Okay, remember, you do and will have support for what you need. Okay, so you guys got the message that you will get a message or insight. Just as the oracle card said, there will be some insight that comes your way, okay? But you do need to leave something behind. Whether it's the old you, whether it's bad habits, toxicity, friends that you feel you aren't even comfortable around, or that you need to walk on eggshells around, whoever or whatever this is, you're leaving it behind, okay? Because with the Five Pentacles, Nine of Swords here, it's like you're not living the life you actually want or deserve or desire. You're constantly in a state of being frustrated, maybe having insomnia, feeling anxious, or maybe even having panic attacks. It's like anything that you once loved, it's like it doesn't feel like it even excites you anymore. Because your soul is restless. Your soul isn't happy. You're limiting yourself or preventing yourself from actually being happy. Okay, but remember, what you contemplate can actualize. So if what you think are negative thoughts or negative self-talk, that's what you become. You become the very thing you're thinking of. Because your thoughts, whatever you're thinking about, you put energy into that. You put focus into that. Okay, so if you keep thinking about negative outcomes, you are manifesting it. Because you're putting so much energy and fuel behind that thought just by thinking it and wasting time on it. Okay? So this is what we're trying to prevent. You got Queen of Pentacles. So this is what you are walking into once you leave that negativity behind. Okay? Stability, financial stability, stability in earthly possessions, materialism, being grounded, enjoying what you have. Okay? So group 1, that is all I have for you. If you have enjoyed this reading, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Ko-fi page where you can support me by leaving a tip, getting personal readings, becoming a member, or shopping. I have included new items in the shop if you'd like to check that out. More is on its way. The summer collection that I will be putting out during the month of May will be mermaid oriented. So you can check those out. Try to come back every week and see what new stuff is out there. So wish you guys luck, and I'll see you next time. Hello group 2. Welcome to your reading. So what can you expect during the month of May? You got vulnerability. Open your heart. Allow yourself to be tender. So perhaps you have had a wall around you for so long, and maybe you aren't happy with what you have been getting in life. Maybe you lack better relationships or better friendships, whatever it is. But this is because you have been disconnected from other people because of this wall, because you don't want to share parts of yourself. I'm not saying that you have to share with everyone, right? But if you see that you can depend on someone, that you can rely on them, that they have really pulled through for you, then take the time to be a little vulnerable with them, to share some things about yourself. So that's something you need to maybe work on during the month of May, or perhaps someone will come along that helps you be more vulnerable. You got spirit guides with insight, guidance, and purpose. So some insight is coming through for you during this coming month. Some guidance, maybe, as it, you know how the saying goes, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, type of scenario. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you have finally become ready for something, and someone will come along that actually helps you with whatever this situation is that you need help or guidance on. Homeward traveler, completion, reunion, return. So you are returning somewhere or completing a journey or reuniting with someone. It feels like this was a long time journey. Perhaps wherever you're or whatever you're returning back to, you haven't seen or been at for quite a while. And maybe this is even returning back to yourself. Maybe it took a long journey and many experiences to finally see the truth and come back to yourself, to the person who you're supposed to be. Or maybe you have traveled out into the world to search for something specific only to come back home to find it. which is true for a lot of cases. We always think that there's something amazing out there, that, the grass is greener on the other side, and we keep chasing this thing only to come back home and see that everything you ever needed was right there, right? But what you really needed was just maybe that experience or different perspective, right? To finally come back and really see what you had all along. The masculine. So this could be male figure or just a masculine type of energy that it will be coming in during the month of May. Or maybe this is someone that with that type of energy that will come and guide you regarding something, or that you are coming back to. Perhaps giving a second chance to someone that maybe mess things up, and not in a bad way, but just, maybe things didn't work out, the flame wasn't active, but now when you come back, suddenly things hit off. Self-sabotage. So this is something that possibly you are being warned about, okay, for this coming month, or something that you will be healing or are healing, okay? If this is a warning, then please be careful, because you don't want to sabotage things on purpose or even accidentally on your own, okay? So this could be if you're returning back to old or toxic habits, or if you are preventing yourself from real happiness just because of fears or doubts, or procrastination or laziness or whatever it is. Okay, so be wise in how you handle things and what you are doing. Take the time to truly think about the repercussions, the consequences, and even the long-term effects. Because something may seem great in the moment, but then later you regret it and you see how much it damaged you, your psyche, your energy, your vibe, your environment, whatever it is. Okay, so be careful what it is you're doing. You got focus, yes. Having focus, which will help with getting insight. Oh, you got Mercury. I know that some zodiac signs do share planets, but I do know that Mercury is a Virgo planet. So this is the type of energy that could be coming in. Perhaps this person that has masculine energy, whether they are male or female, because females also have masculine energy within them, maybe they will be a Virgo. Or this could just mean, since Mercury is connected with communication, right, it's a planet of communication, it could mean that you could be communicating with someone, or that you get some sort of message or phone call or something that comes through for you. You got Earth, so staying grounded will be important during the month of May. Finding stability, being grateful for what you do have and enjoying what you do have. And you got don't let pride get in your way. So whatever this is talking about, okay, don't allow yourself, as again, self-sabotage, okay, that could be the pride within you, okay, don't let that get in your way of being vulnerable, okay, all of this seems to come back to this vulnerability card. Because many times pride can make you look like you're on a high horse or like you're being superior than other people. And a lot of people don't like that, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a job environment or within your friend group or within your family. Having pride will prevent you from truly connecting to people and allowing them in. Or even them allowing you in, okay? And pride a lot of times does sabotage things. Okay, so the Fool card was upside down. So I'm going to give you the two options that could be possible because different people will get the different message, okay? For some, a new journey begins, okay? Especially since you're reuniting back home or whatever it is, this could be a start of something new. For others, because this was upside down, it could be that you might be risking something, okay? You're not, as this focus card is telling you, you should be focusing and perhaps creating a plan or a way of how you're going to achieve something or do something. Even if you're going on vacation somewhere, right, traveling, you need to know precisely how are you going to get there. How close is your hotel or wherever you're staying? Are you going by bus? Will you take a taxi, right? How much can you afford, right? Which one is cheaper or more reliable, whatever it is. When you get there, have you booked that hotel in advance so that you don't have problems when you get there? You know, just having everything down could save you so much headache rather than when you go there and then, oh, sorry, this, hotel is all booked. And then you have to wonder, oh my gosh, where am I going to stay? I don't know. I've never been to this place before. Now I have to look online and see where can I go, Always planning in advance will save you so much time. Okay, so be careful on what you may be risking. Now, Five of Cups, this is some sort of regret, grieving, saying goodbye to something or someone, but also forgetting that you do have, that you still do have opportunities, that you still do have, there's still hope, but it's like you're focusing too much on the wrong thing. Okay, again, focus card is brought up in this one. Here we got Judgment and Devil. With the Devil card, you are caged within your own mind, but you can easily get out because the Devil card portrays a mermaid trapped in a cage, but the lock is unlocked, so they can get out at any time they want. But they're like stuck there because it's all mental, right? It's mental energy. You're being trapped by yourself, again, self-sabotage. The Judgment card is calling you to something better. You're being summoned for something better than what you have put inside your mind. Okay, underneath the deck, you got this Empress, which I believe is portrayed by Maia, an African mermaid goddess or whatever she is. This is abundance. This is birthing new creation, okay, with the Fool card here, for those of you that are going on a new path in life. This could symbolize something new being birthed, a new journey, a new path, even a new you, but not like a persona, but a more authentic you, someone more in tune with yourself, with your emotions, with who you are, and she represents abundance. Okay, so perhaps May will be a time of harvesting, of gain, of rewards for you. Okay, so group 2, that is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And don't forget to check out my Ko-fi page where you can leave a tip, get a personal reading, shop, and become a member. I have included new items and artworks in my shop, and more will be on the way throughout May. I will be uploading mermaid-oriented products, so check that out, and I will see you next time. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading. Let's see what you can expect during the month of May. You got soul cage, rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. So this will be a breath of fresh air, because you might have been going through, and this could have taken years, you might have been going through that feeling of being trapped, of struggling, of that stagnation, of, even if it's mental, right? If it's not like environmental, but if within your mind you just have been frustrated with yourself. So there is some sort of rescue, some sort of breath of fresh air that will be coming in during the month of May. You got psychic strength, shield, talisman, gold light. This could mean that some sort of awakening is coming to you during this coming month. Or perhaps you should find some sort of talisman or pendant or something that really speaks to you. Don't just buy something that is pretty, but something that you feel is special to you, okay? Whether it's a specific sort of symbol, or if you go shop or go on Etsy or somewhere and just look at pendants and see what really speaks to you, that feels protective or healing, or something you can depend on. Or even if you make it yourself, that's fine too. Especially if you make it yourself, it will feel a lot more personal, right? Because things that are made by other companies or something, it's like mass produced and it doesn't feel as special. Now, if you do end up finding something through a store, you could always create a little ritual, maybe like a prayer or anointing it with certain oils or something. Just be careful what you're putting on it, because if the metal isn't quality, then it could start to rust, change color, tarnish, and things like that. So either buy like gold, or I don't know, some sort of high type of silver, or what I personally prefer the most is stainless steel, because it won't rust or tarnish. And if you have sensitivities to certain metals, stainless steel is the best option. Or you could maybe carve something out of wood if you are a creative person. So whatever you sort of feel will be protective, okay? So like I said, place some sort of prayer over it, or anoint it with some type of oil or something, and truly have the intention when you're doing this, that this is something that will protect you, that will give you clarity, that will allow you to know and speak truth, right? So every time you wear it, that is the power it holds. And don't use it for anything else, because then you're distorting the energy, okay? It's the same as, let's say, scrying mirrors or other spiritual tools. You can't use it for other things except for the intention that it has, because then it won't work anymore, okay? You got Skyfire, messages, channels, information. Yeah, you keep getting this messages or like psychic type abilities. Perhaps this is what helps you escape the soul cage that you're in. The fact that you do need to work on your spiritual self. So meditations, yoga, breathing exercises, spending more time in nature and things like that, these things will help align you, because it seems like messages want to come in for you, but with the way that you're living, or mentally speaking to yourself, or focusing on the wrong things, it is preventing you from getting this insight. So spending more time connecting with your spiritual self. You got synergy. So things are growing, things are improving. Remember that even though you spend time in the shadows, in the darkness, just like a seed of a plant, sometimes you need to spend time in darkness in order to see light, to understand, what is the light and what you should be doing, right? It's like coming from a negative household where there's a lot of toxicity. It doesn't give you the excuse to continue that toxicity, but you can turn around and see how toxic it is, and by seeing what doesn't work, you then know what does work, right? Just like if, let's say, your family hasn't ever given you any love, you then know what you shouldn't be doing, and through that you know what you should be doing in order to give others love, right? Take off your mask or masks. So this is talking about getting rid of false personas, false identities, and being who you truly are. Standing up in your rights, speaking truth. If you like something, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But don't pretend that you do or that you don't just to fit in or to belong. Because then you are in the wrong crowd. You could never depend on people who are your friends by the false identity you have. Because you always have to keep up this identity, and it tires you out, it exhausts you, because your spirit knows the truth. They know who you truly are, and they can't keep up with the lie anymore. This is why when you look at interrogation videos of true crime or something like that, you can tell by the person's body language that they're lying, because spirit doesn't want to lie. Spirit always wants to tell the truth. So if they're saying no, they didn't do something, but their head is nodding, their spirit is telling you by their body language that yes, they did something. Okay, so owning your truth, being authentic, taking accountability as well. You got chaos and communication. So it's possible, I don't know when Mercury retrograde is happening, but if there is Mercury retrograde coming up, or we are in, that could be chaotic when it comes to communication, because Mercury is the planet of communications, which means that technology tends to fail when you're speaking. The other person will not understand you the way you intend to tell them something, so there could be a lot more arguments and fights and things like that. So watch out for that, okay? And try to use maybe simpler terms, or phrase things correctly, okay? So think before you say something. You got Aquarius, so this could be Aquarian energy that comes through during this month. And you got the number 11 with Aquarius, which is a master number. So something truly strong is coming through during the month of May. It's like a sort of great awakening, but it also requires chaos in order for the old masks and the old habits to fall apart. Okay, it doesn't just smoothly transition. Sometimes chaos is required to shed off what doesn't serve you any longer. And you gotta look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So don't just overanalyze, don't look at the little tiny details and things like that. Try to delegate if you have to. If, let's say, chaos does occur, look at the bigger picture of what is happening. Okay? So that's like, imagine if, let's say, your house is getting renovated and you are focusing too much on the amount of noise, the dust, the, chaos that is happening. But if you step back and look at the bigger picture, the fact that your house is being renovated and you're going to get a very lovely home after this, it'll help you calm down. Right? So remember, over-analyzing and focusing too much on the tiny little details will get you nowhere sometimes, okay? Sure, sometimes it is required. For example, if you are dealing with contracts and things like that, looking at details in finer print is recommended. But in other ways, in other situations, it will only overwhelm and stress you out, right? But when you look at the bigger picture, you will then understand and know that what you are getting afterwards is worth so much more than what you currently have to deal with. You guys got some really amazing cards here. So there is a healing taking place during the month of May, okay? And a lot of energies will rise up. A lot of things will come up, okay? But it's not what comes up, but it's how you react to them. So be mindful, okay? When that chaos comes up, be mindful and remember that what you might get afterwards is worth far more than the chaos you're currently going through. Okay, so stay calm. Take deep breaths if you have to. Step away from the situation if you have to. Okay, but be mindful of how you're dealing with it. You have the Fool card with a new journey. Okay, this is a new experience or a new path, a fresh start that is being birthed within this month. Okay, 10 of Cups, stability in family and maybe creating a family, feeling happy and content with what you have. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, a wish fulfillment, feeling stable in what you have and grateful. There's just so much happiness and so much abundance here, but it all comes from healing oneself and getting out of that soul cage. Okay, because what happens afterwards is a burst, a synergy of sorts, where things become more alive, where there's so much more hope, happiness, okay? And underneath the deck, you got the Lovers. Now this doesn't have to mean an actual romantic relationship. This could mean also any type of partnership, but it could also mean, because of the soul cage and this journey here, this could also indicate loving yourself more, being more gentle and kind with yourself. Okay? Because when we are kind and gentle with ourselves, when we put ourselves first, not in an egotistical way, but in a way where we heal ourselves, where we take time for ourselves, where we create boundaries with others because we aren't allowing toxicity to strangle us anymore and to cloud us or to suffocate us, right? When we put ourselves first like that, that's when a whole new world of miracles and opportunities come forth, because you are then telling the universe, I am worthy of your blessings. Okay, I am worthy of love, I'm worthy of great opportunities, okay, and that's what we want for you. Okay, so group 3, I really hope this resonated. I wish you guys a lot of luck. I hope your May is abundant and beautiful and filled with magic. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this reading. And also check out my Ko-fi page. All the links are in the description box below. You can leave a tip there. You can get a personal reading. You can shop and you can become a member. I have included new products and artworks in my shop recently. And throughout May, I will be adding mermaid-oriented stuff. So whether that's apparel, art prints, and anything like that, okay? So I'll see you guys next time.